Good morning, good morning. This is Charles with Become the Authority, and today we've got a little bit of a different video for you. Today we're going to be exploring a software called Jobber. Now, I've been using Jobber for most of my home service clients for a very long time. I love their setup. I love how easy the interface is to use, and they recently reached out to me and they asked me to be an ambassador. So I'm very excited about that. And what I want to do today is just take you through the Jobber software, show you some of the things that you can do inside of here, and just demonstrate how easy it is to just start getting more clients through the door and organize your entire business. Because that's where these home service businesses tend to fall apart, is not because they don't do good work, but because they get stuck chasing around invoices, or they're disorganized, or they're all over the place, right? So Jobber is a hub that's going to allow you to put all of your operations in one place and just make your life easier. So we're here on the dashboard right now, and obviously this is a new account, and we're just going to go through some of the things we can do to get this set up. So first, we're going to come in here and we're going to look at create, okay? So there's a variety of different things you can create here. You've got client, you've got request, you've got quote, you've got job, and you've got invoice. Let's start by creating a client. So it's as easy as coming in here, adding their first name. I'm just going to type my information, and it's fine. You can call me, especially if you need marketing, right? Check this out. But we're able to come in here, we add their name, their email address, their phone number. If you're working with a business, you can add the company name. Come down here, you can add the address, maybe of the property that you're dealing with, right? So obviously that's not my address, but it is just a random generic one, right? And so we come down here and we can hit Save Client. Now, I was playing around with this, so it's saying that there's a duplicate, so we'll just ignore that. We'll create it anyway. And boom, now you have this client inside of your system, and that means you can do a few different things with this particular client, right? So you can send them an email from right inside of your dashboard if you need to, okay? You can also go ahead and get requests going. All right. Now, a request could be for an estimate, a request could be for follow-up, but you're able to create these different requests inside of here. Of course, you can quote jobs inside of here. And then once they book a job, you can book their job inside of here. And then lastly, you'll be able to see the invoice. You need to invoice your clients, right? So let's go and create a request for this client. Right, so if you add a request, you could add a title here, and let's just say estimate appointment, right? And we're going to click myself as the client. I just made it. And here we can add the notes. So let's say you were going to quote a landscaping job, right? They wanted grass cutting, they wanted flowers planted, they wanted the entire, and that maybe a hardscape project, whatever it is, right? You can list it here. So let's go ahead and type something in like wants a quote for a retaining wall in their backyard. And then if you happen to already have some images of the work or potential images, you can add them here. If they sent you a picture of the backyard so you could get a sense of what it looks like, you can add those images here, and then that's going to be associated with this client. So you'll always understand what it is that you're working with. And then once you visit the property to assess it, right, this is where you're going to be adding that on-site assessment information, okay? So you're going to be able to come in here, add the instructions of what you'd like done, and then assign this to the people on your team who are out there doing quotes. Now, if you're a one-man band, you don't have to worry about assigning it to a team member because you're by yourself, right? But if you have a team, they'll each have their own Jobber accounts, and you can assign these assessments to the people inside of your jobber account. Okay, so if you've got a sales team or if you've got an estimates team, you can assign it right here inside of the app. It's just as simple as looking for that person, assigning it to them, and then just clicking assign, and then they're here. Now we can turn off schedule later, and we can add when this appointment is going to be, and go ahead and just hit save request. And now we have an estimate appointment all set up, right? And the beauty is that once it's booked, you can go ahead and send a booking confirmation. So you can send them a text message. Text messages have a 92% open rate. And when you book an appointment, it's good to give people not only confirmations, but also reminders. Okay, so Jobber is going to automate that, where once a person has booked an estimate appointment with you or a request with you, we'll send them a booking confirmation, and then we'll be sending them text messages periodically leading up to the appointment so they don't forget. Okay, so there's a few more things you can do. We can email them, same booking confirmation, but this is where things get interesting, right? You can take this at, let's say the estimate appointment went really well and they're ready to get a quote. Well, now we're just going to hit convert to quote. Okay, and we can create a new quote. And now we can go and add the title. So retaining wall, job on 123 Main Street. You can rate the level of opportunity, right? Because some people like to track who's a hot lead, who's a slow lead, etc. So if the person was raring to go and they were super excited, then you can just give them 5 stars. They're ready to go. They should be a high priority lead. If the person is kind of wishy-washy or you don't think they qualify, we just say unlikely, but we still send them a quote and we make sure that we follow up, right? Now, it's as simple as coming down here, listing the service, retaining wall, okay, and then adding the unit price. So let's just say it's going to be $8,000. Okay, they want a really big wall. And so we can also add other items to it. So if there's grass cutting, if there's anything of that nature that's also included in this job, you can add each line item, and then of course you'll see all of the discounts. And then you can also add a message that can go out to clients. If you have any pictures that you want to attach or anything like that, you can also attach that and send it to the client. So you can send them a very detailed quote so they know exactly what it is that they're getting. And once you have it, it's just as simple as hitting save and send, and you can send it as a text message or you can send it as an email. We like to send it as both. Now, once a person agrees to it, it will usually auto convert, but let's say a person is a little old school, okay? They don't actually agree to the quote inside of the email. They just reach back out to you and they say, I'm ready to get started. It's as simple as you coming in here underneath this quote and saying, we're going to convert it to a book job now. Okay. So now we've got this new job set up. Okay. And we can list whether it's going to be a one-off job, meaning like this retaining wall is likely just a one-off project, right? Or if you maybe sold them a lawn maintenance plan, then you're going to be clicking recurring, right? And you can come in here and you can decide what and when you're going to be doing the work for these people. So you can say every week on Fridays, I go out and I cut their grass between the hours of, let's say, 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Okay. You can add these different arrival windows. You can also add the length of the contract. And you also, this is where things get really important, right? Your billing type. Okay. So I don't like chasing payments, all right? We like to collect a person's credit card information, just have it on file, and then charge them upon completion of the job. So we want to click get paid automatically, and then we're going to send out a request to have that payment on file, okay? So once we get their credit card information, it'll be paid automatically once we mark the job as complete, okay? So that's how we're able to walk through the entire process of becoming a client, right? And you're able to see all of this information inside of these different dashboards. If you want to just look at your clients, you can click clients. If you want to look at your active requests that are happening, you can come in here to request. If you want to see the live quotes that are open, you can see them here inside of quotes. And of course, if you want to see your book jobs, you can click the jobs here. All right. Now, if you want to see the current invoices going out, or if you just want to create one, it's very simple. Okay. You're just going to come in here. You're going to create your first invoice. And again, we're just picking the client. Boom. And we can come in here, and I had added a job for that client already, a window clean, right? I can come in here and I can go next step. And now I can go through the process of how this invoice is going to be sent out to them, okay? Now, again, I'm more partial to just having the credit card already on file and just collecting it once we send over all of the information. But you guys are welcome to do what you want. But the beauty of this invoicing system is that we can go ahead and add these follow-ups if an invoice is left unpaid. So you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time chasing after client invoices. You can create and schedule these invoice follow-ups to help people close jobs with you, okay? Now, moving down here to payments. Payments is where you can take a look at your business in real time and then also get things situated to send money to your bank account, okay? So, of course, you can run all of your payments and process them right through Jobber, and then take the money out and put it right into your bank account. So you don't have to hold on to a bunch of secondary payment software or anything of that nature, right? Now, Jobber also has some really cool marketing stuff attached to it, and I kind of want to go through it a little bit. Number one, they've got a section here where you can build a very simple website, okay? So if you don't have a website just yet, they're going to help you build one. So you can create, first you're going to just share your business story. Usually, if you've got a website already or you've kind of figured out what it is that you want to do, you can just go to your website and just kind of type that information in here. You hit continue, and then it's going to ask you to showcase your services. And right now, AI is actually building the services as we speak. Okay. And we can add a bunch of different services, but it's really up to you as far as how you want to create it. So this is a really cool tool, building a simple website using AI. You can start getting a little bit of web presence if you don't have a website already. Now, reviews are also important. Okay. You need to get reviews. So Jobber has a section in here now where you're able to automate the process of sending out Google review requests to your clients after a complete job. And that's going to allow you to start getting more reviews in on autopilot and help you grow your Google presence, which is going to be completely necessary for your growth. And then lastly, when it comes to marketing, referrals. We love referrals. So we need to add a referral sequence to our marketing, okay? So if we want to get more leads in, if we have happy customers, all we're doing is reaching out to them and letting them know, hey, could we send you a link so that you could refer a few friends to us? Most people who are excited with their work, they want to justify their purchases, so they're more than happy to share those referrals with you. So it's just as simple as adding it to your plan and getting it sent out to folks, okay? Now, this is one of my favorite new tools inside of Jobber. This is the AI receptionist, okay? And the AI receptionist is going to help you book calls as well as manage things like your text messaging coming in or your website chat once you have that set up. And this is just going to allow you to sort of have a 24/7 service where people can get their questions answered, or people can book appointments with you in the event that maybe you're up on the ladder or you're out in the field working and you aren't able to answer your phone. And it's just as easy as coming in here. First, you want to manage it. So if you want if you want your bot to be able to handle text messaging, you want to make sure you turn on text messaging. If you want to make sure the voice calls are good, then you want to turn that on as well. If you want to add a slight delay, right? So we usually like to let the line ring before the receptionist jumps right in. Okay. And the reason why is because we don't want people to just think, oh, this is just robotic all the time. No, it doesn't have to be that. We want to give you an opportunity to communicate with the client. But if you aren't able to, that's when we come in as a backup using the jobber receptionist, and it can start the process of booking their appointment or answering any of those frequently asked questions. All right. And so there's also the setup here where you have to come in, you have to get started. So you're going to need a dedicated phone number, and Jobber walks you through the process of actually building that in real time. Again, this is just a demo account. I wanted to just sort of show you what it looks like, but it walks you through the process individually. So this is very easy to get set up. It would only take you about 30, 45 minutes of actually sitting down, getting everything filled out, and getting your team situated. Okay. Now, if you want to see your reports in real time, that's the other beauty of Jobber, right? So you can see all of your clients. You can see the lead sources that they came from. You can see all the follow-up emails that are going out. You can look at all the different work reports. You can understand what's selling. Are you selling more one-off jobs than recurring jobs? How many requests are turning into jobs? How many quotes are turning into jobs, right? So you're able to see just how well everyone is doing. Once you load your salespeople in here, you can see who's closing the most deals and who's not. And we can get this even more detailed when it comes to financial reports. We can look at the projected income from the invoices that are kind of waiting. We can calculate potential taxes and a variety of different things. So this software, as I said in the beginning, is just a one-stop shop for you to get organized. And the biggest problem that we see when it comes to contractors who are reaching out to us for marketing is that it's not that their marketing is bad, it's that they don't have anything situated that allows them to stay organized. So they don't know where their next dollar is coming from. They don't know when the next deal is closing. They don't know who they need to be following up with, and leads and opportunities just start slipping through the cracks. This is one of the tools that we love using to fill in that gap. So if you are interested in taking a look at Jobber for yourself, again, I'm a brand ambassador, so they gave me access to a free trial link that I can give to you. You're going to be able to try Jobber and all of its features for free for 2 weeks. Okay, so I want you to go ahead, check out Jobber, click the link down in the description. I want you to get something set up. I want you to create a client. I want you to schedule a job. I want you to get a quote sent out to them. I want you to turn it into a job. I want you to collect some money. I want you to send a review campaign, and I want you to have an AI receptionist take a call. And once you see how simple your life gets by just taking the 45 minutes to an hour to sit down and get organized, you'll never want to be without a system like this again. Okay. So as I said, we're Become the Authority. We help build these home service automations for people, and Jobber is one of our favorite tools for automating a lot of the workflows inside of your contractor business. So check out Jobber. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.